Hey guys, what is up? Nick's here, and today we will be opening up the Chien-Pao Ex Battle Deck. Here it is. I will be sharing my thoughts on this deck, and as someone who is new to Pokemon TCG, what can we expect here? Is this good enough for competitive play? Is this worth the money that you're paying for? And is it a acceptable deck to roll out as your first deck as you play Pokemon TCG IRL? So that being said, let's go straight into it. Here's a close-up look to the deck, sorry. Here we go, show it there. And obviously the front and center would be Chien-Pao EX, one of the popular Pokemon right now for TCG, consistent in the tournament leaderboards, not always winning tournaments, but always kind of there in the day two top cut, like it is consistent. And this battle deck is level 1, play level 1. That means this is good for beginners. Now, obviously, if you compete at a higher level, you would need to upgrade this deck because it would not be sufficient enough. As you climb up, you would have to make some upgrades. But the idea here is that you're getting a lot of these core cards right here that will be helpful for you to kind of get comfortable with the game and then level up and improve your deck as you go. So since this is an official Battle EX deck from Pokemon, there should be 60 cards here ready to play for you. So let's jump right into it and open this deck box and see what we got. Now, I don't know the best way to, maybe here. So we'll be unboxing and kind of like seeing what's inside, and is it worth it. So for me, Chien-Pao, seeing what people are playing in the online game and looking at tournaments, like you always see this deck consistently. So I think it's a good starter deck. But let's look into what's inside. Here, of course, is the promo foil Chien-Pao EX. Very, very nice. Let's open it. There we go. Okay, first let's start with, this is a rather, okay, let's get rid of that. This is a rather large coin, could be a marker, EX marker, but yeah, it is a big coin right here. Comes with a box. There we go. I don't know what happened, but yeah, let's remove. Here we go, Chien-Pao EX. Looks really nice. Not only is it strong, it is also a very beautifully designed card, and of course that foil hollow thing going on. So that is the star. Let's set it aside for a bit. And of course we got our ptcg live code that we can use for the game. What else is here? You get your standards, you get your damage counters right here. You get a really, really nice kind of manual, I believe. So it's a letter. It's a summary of Chien-Pao deck, what it does, right? So here it is. Chien-Pao EX Battle Deck. Welcome. The legendary Chien-Pao EX leads a wave of water-type Pokemon in this deck, which aims to quickly attach lots of energy cards to your Pokemon to power. Keep building damage. So it explains you how you should play the deck, which is really good if you're starting out, if you're new to the game, trying to get back into TCG, Pokemon TCG like I am. Very helpful. So we'll read that later. Although I kind of know how Chien-Pao works now. Oh, and then you have your really nice quick start rules. See, it explains the game. Nice. So it actually explains the game in detail, like what you can expect, like, setting up your hand and stuff like that. This is really helpful. I need this, like, as I'm trying to get back into the game. 100%, this is a great resource. And then lastly, I assume this is a playmat, but it is a playmat. I guess it's good for starters, but ideally you would have a real playmat, but here it is. Not bad, but also I personally wouldn't use this, but it explains the rules. So this is good. Again, for if you're a beginner, you're trying to learn the game, this is good. And what else we have here? Special, again, it's kind of like a tutorial, like what you can do during your turn. Here's stuff you can do. Special condition, if you're poisoned, you know, put markers on it. So it's an explainer, which I would understand because it is a level 1 deck. They're trying to explain to people basically what they're getting themselves into. So here you go. Special conditions, explaining them. Burned, what you can do your turn. Poison. Cool. This is really helpful for beginners. Now let's look at the deck itself, the contents of what is inside this deck. Should be 60 cards. So let's see what's inside. Okay. Of course, you have your standards, your water energy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, wow, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 water energy. That's a lot of water energy. We will be hydrated for sure. So we have here supporter cards. We have 4 of these Nemonas. Basically draw 3 cards. It's a draw engine, basic draw engine, kind of like Barry if you're familiar. So we have 4 of those. We also have 4 Great Balls. So Great Ball allows you to look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and you may reveal a Pokemon you find there and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into the deck. We get 4, which is generous. I don't really see a lot of people using Great Ball yet, but I feel like once other cards rotate out, that might find its use. Now we have here 3 artifacts. So the Chien-Pao deck has the Baxcalibur evolution line, and Artibax is the middle of that evolution line. So they give you 3, and of course they give you Frigibax. So they also give you 3 of Mr. Frigibax right here, and then they give us 3 of these Buizel Pokemon. I don't really see this in like the competitive Chien-Pao decks, but for the basic one, I guess it's fine. And then we have some Marils. I used to love this Pokemon when I was younger. Yeah, just 3 of these. Again, also not being used in the meta kind of like competitive Chien-Pao decks, but for the basic one, it should be fine. And here we go. We now have the Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur is a very key piece of the Chien-Pao mechanic, the Chien-Pao EX engine. And we have 2 of those as well. Most decks just use 2. So you already have your Baxcalibur all set in this basic deck. So that's always awesome. Now we have Floatzel. Does Hydro Pump damage, 120 HP, not bad. And then the evolution of Marill, which is Azumarill. 2 of those as well. Now we have Delibird, 2 of those as well. Again, these are the basic cards that you don't really see. It has a draw mechanic, which is helpful if you're trying to learn the game. And then we have here, to round up everything, some more supporter cards and trainer cards rather. So we have your Youngster, which allows you to shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw 5 cards. We have Energy Retrieval, which is very useful for many decks. We get 2 of those as well. And then they give you 2 Nest Balls, which you can use for many decks as well. 2 of these. Allows you to search for a basic Pokemon and put it into your bench and then shuffle your deck. Pokegears, we have 2. There we go. Allow you to look at 7 top cards of your deck, and you may reveal a supporter card that you find there, and then of course you shuffle the rest. Switch allows you to switch up your Pokemon, your active to your bench, standard card. Another Pokemon called Bruxish. This is my first time seeing this actually, but the art looks good. And then the last 2 supporter cards we have here: a Palpad. Shuffle up supporter cards from your discard pile into your deck, and Jack or Jackie. Search your deck for up to 3 evolution Pokemon. Reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So all in all, that is the content of the Battle EX deck. What I noticed that is missing from this, they didn't really give you a dice and damage counter. We didn't see that, which you need for playing the game. They did give us damage counters, sorry. They did give us like this. But yeah, I don't really like using this. But it's fine nonetheless. Also, it lacks coin, so it doesn't have really a coin like this and it also doesn't have like damage status condition like for poison and burn. But otherwise, it is a good enough deck. Very good for entry level. It's actually rather affordable depending on your country. It probably will retail like $14, which is reasonable. And if you were to upgrade this deck, right, quickly and just like, okay, I bought this and I want to compete and go to the next level. So what you will need is you just need to buy 2 more copies of Chien-Pao EX. You need 2 copies of Chien-Pao EX. And you can search online or look for communities around Pokemon TCG to secure 2 more copies of this. And then you need rare candies so that you can do a quick Frigibax into Baxcalibur. You will rely on rare candies to make that evolution happen, so you can skip the Artibax, right? Some decks, they would still include like 1 Artibax just in case, to fulfill the evolution line if they can't draw rare candies. But rare candy is usually the best, solution for this. Rare candy allows your Pokemon to like go straight into evolution and skip the middle part of it, basically. And some staples like Manaphy, I believe, is also in the Chien-Pao EX deck. And you can look at different YouTubers who are far more experienced than me and look at also Limitless TCG for deck ideas for Chien-Pao. But overall, like, you don't really need so many more pieces. You would just need other supporter cards, maybe an Irida, set of Iridas, a Boss's Orders, Escape Rope, some of those utility cards to make this deck work. But overall, this is pretty solid. You just need to add in a few more pieces. So maybe you'll find yourself in total this $14 deck, and then finding those pieces that you need, maybe another $30 or $40 max, or yeah, could be less, maybe $30, right? So you can find yourself with like $40 budget, and then your deck's kind of good to go for competitive play. This is the Chien-Pao EX Battle Deck. Had a lot of fun opening it up and unboxing and kind of seeing the content and thinking of like if it's worth it. And to me, final verdict, I think this is 100% worth it. And this might be one of the best battle decks that they have released, to be honest. Just because like Chien-Pao, like you don't need to add or tweak so much more. You just need to replace some of the Pokemon that are like too basic, these Pokemon, the Amaryllis, Azumarill, like you don't really need those. And then rare candies, and then like just some more staples and core pieces, then you should be